of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. Soul of the lost withdrawn from its vessel. Let strength be granted so the world might be mended. So the world might be mended. This is the Nexus. It holds together the northern land of Boletarian. Thou canst not quit the Nexus, but the 5 Archstones will guide thee to the outer lands.
Hello everybody, I'm Matrix Andrea and I'm going to play Demon Souls this time. This is going to be my first Souls recording since I did Dark Souls 2 back in 2016. And my first voice recording since then too. This is going to be a super duper casual New Game 7 playthrough, and I'll show you. You can see that it says I finished the game 6 times there, and there's my build, Faith build as usual. Also, I'm going to do all of the worlds back to back, so I'm going to start with World 1-1, and then I'll cut the recording and go do World 2-2, and then I'll come back to World 1, and I'll finish all of that, and then I'll just go from there, 1 through 5, for the uploads. So let's get started. First things first, because I'm using a Faith build, I always cast Second Chance, so it might seem cheap, but I'll use everything I can to win. Also, this is not really a walkthrough, this is more of just a casual playthrough, but you might learn a few things while you're watching me. So the gate's open there. If you go over there, you can find the Executioner in body form, because I'm in pure white world tendency. But I'm not going to go down there just yet. Later on, I'm going to go in there so I can get a colorless demon soul, but I don't want to waste my time doing that right now because I always cast Evacuate, and that takes me all the way back to the beginning of the stage after I get finished, so I'll do that later off camera. This weapon that I'm using is called Istarel, and you get it in World 5. It's a holy spear, and one of the nice things about the Demon Souls remake is that it sets enemies on fire and it incinerates their bodies when they die. Looks kind of cheap when you do a backstab because the body usually disappears when they're dying, but I still like the effect of the fire. A lot of times when I'm using the spear, I'll hold my shield up so she doesn't lunge forward. You can see you lunge forward when you're using the spear without your shield, but with it up, you just stand still and poke. In the original game, I always used the purple flame shield, which has the same stats except for better fire resistance than the steel shield, but the steel shield weighs a little bit less and has just as much stability as the purple flame shield. So to keep my build at 125, I stuck with the steel shield for this playthrough. My plans are to record the PS3 version after I get finished recording the entirety of the PS5 version of this game, so you'll get to see the preliminary build that I made when I was trying to plan for this one. Here's a Red Eyes Knight over here. Way back when I first played this game in 2009, this guy wrecked me, and I didn't know anything about making a build or anything like that, so I was just trying to level up, and I made a huge mess of my original character, and I had my stats all over the place. Really, it's just a matter of upgrading your gear and coming back and killing this guy. Demon Souls also focuses more on block and countering than the Dark Souls games do. Like with Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3, they focus more on dodge rolling, and you lose a lot of stamina when you block, even with a max stability shield. But Demon Souls and Dark Souls 1 don't really do that. You can block and counter and get away with it. So I'm not really a roll master. I just block and counter everything in this game, and it might seem boring, but whatever works, and it works for me. It's also habitual for me just to keep my shield up, so you'll have to pardon me for doing that so much.
That was a bold leap. A surprise indeed. Well, now that you are here, pray thee, fend off these dreglings.
Ostrava, he's such a douche. He gets into trouble in every single stage in World 1, and you have to keep saving him.
My thanks for your brave rescue. I am Ostrava of Boletarian. Accept this as a token of my gratitude.
I love the remake's backstab animations. All of them look nice and brutal. One of the nice effects about setting enemies on fire, either with a dragon weapon or Istarel, is that they actually panic when they're on fire, so you can get another hit in. See? Well, I actually killed him in one hit, but I'll show you next time I get to an enemy where they survive more than one. And wow, the Dreglings are even tougher than that crossbow guy. You can see how they flail around when you hit them. Usually I'll stab them a second time when that happens. I only came down here because Ostrava wanders over here and I don't want him to get his ass whooped, so I go around and kill all the enemies where he's progressing. Like I said, this is not really a walkthrough, this is just a standard playthrough, so I'm just playing like I normally play. Yeah, that's another thing Istarel does, is when you hit wooden objects or anything destructible, it'll just burn it all the way away. So I'm in pure white world tendency. That's why the two dragons aren't over there. That means that the red dragon's not going to come and burn the bridge at this next part. Over there with all those items, the purple flame shield is one of the items you can pick up, and it's got high stability and it blocks 90% of fire damage, but I think it weighs 8 units, whereas the steel shield only weighs 6 units, and it does 70% fire reduction, so it's almost as good. And I usually just block physical attacks with it, so you know, I don't want to add the extra weight because I like wearing the armor that I'm wearing. See, ordinarily when you come up far enough on this bridge, the red dragon appears at the end of it and it'll burn all of the soldiers on the bridge. But if it's in pure white world tendency, then you have to clear them out yourself. And ordinarily when the dragon's here, I just run past everything after they're dead. These two archers, they still live, and I'll just cut past them so I don't get burned up. So that opens up the gate so you can get into the first boss arena. And because I'm a faith build, I've got a weapon that'll cut right through their shields and I don't have to worry too much about it. So here's a weird thing. When enemies attack from inside this room, it's like the volume control doesn't work because they're muted. I don't understand why it does that. I've got my TV turned down really low right now, so I don't know if it happened just then, but ordinarily when I'm standing outside and the soldiers are on the inside and they stab, they don't make any noise, they're totally silent. The Large Sword of Moonlight's a faith weapon in Demon Souls, and I was really sad when I played Dark Souls and found that it was an intelligence weapon, a magic weapon, because I really liked this thing. That said, I hardly use it in this. I only use it against the Phalanx enemies in the first boss. It's got a really nice look in the remake, though. Alright, for every boss, I'm going to mute my mic so you don't have to hear me breathing or anything like that. So, let me equip my regenerator ring, and then I'm going to go into the boss fog. Oh, and also, because I've played through this game so many times so far, you can see that all of my weapons that take colorless demon souls are upgraded, except for my dark silver shield, and I'll upgrade that all the way through in this playthrough. Alright, I'm going to mute my mic now. That's the first boss. So I'm gonna grab the demon soul here, and then I'm gonna stop the video because I've got to kill an archdemon before I can get through World 1, 2. So for you guys it'll be a few seconds, but for me I'm gonna go do World 2 right now. I'll see everybody in just a second. Alright, so at this point I finished World 2, so I can finish all of World 1 just continuously straight through, so we're going to do that here. I'm going to cast Second Chance, and then I'm going to get moving. If you don't kill an Archdemon before you try to move on to World 1-3, it'll block you with fog and it won't let you through, so you got to kill an Archdemon first. So that's why I did World 2 before I finished this one. And here's our best friend Ostrava again.
Hello? You, yonder. Over here. It's me, Ostrava. Look at me. Here are the soldiers blocking the Lord's path. Just over there is now a feeding ground for dragons. Have your wits about you.
So we're going to have to save him again a second time. I don't have to, but I always do. So there's a dragon on this path. This is a very linear stage if you go straight through, but the dragon flies along and burns everything, so you got to be careful. I'm going to kill it, and I'm going to cut that out of the video, so don't worry, you're not going to have to watch me shoot a million arrows at it. I got my volume turned down really low on my TV, so I didn't even hear that coming, but really it did me a favor because I'm going to have to get into hyper mode anyway to kill this dragon. What I do here is I leave one archer alive and I equip the Clever Rat's ring until I see the rat icon pop up, and then I kill the dragon. See how much damage that does on New Game 7. There's another thing you can equip too to do even more damage, the Morion Blade. So I'm going to equip that in place of my shield, and I'm going to shoot this dragon down. So I'll shoot 1 or 2 arrows, and then I'm going to cut the video ahead so you don't have to watch me kill it. So the dragon's dead now, and hyper mode is when you've got the Clever Rat's ring and the Morion Blade equipped, because both of those pieces of equipment stack, and it amplifies how much damage you do. So it's a good idea to get both of those, and then you can do tons of damage to lots of different enemies. You just got to be careful because your health is low and you don't want to get yourself killed. So now we can run along the top of the bridge and the dragon won't be there breathing fire on us, but Ostrava's down here, so I have to come down here and rescue him. The other reason you can come down here is you can avoid the dragon's flames because it'll take you most of the way through the area and you can avoid it.
Thank you. That's twice now. Time to forge ahead. This is a token of my gratitude. Please accept it.
Dark moon grass is really heavy. I'll show you. You can see late moon grass. I've got 10 and they weigh 5 altogether. Dark moon grass, I've only got 3 and they weigh 6, so 2 units each. I'm sending that to storage. There's wolves up this way, which is why I'm wearing the thief's ring. I would be wearing it anyway, but it's good because there's a whole pack of them, and I don't want them to overwhelm me. I can never remember where these guys are hiding around corners down here, so I'm trying to be careful. There's the Draggling Merchant right there that you can buy a few things off of, but he doesn't have anything that I'm interested in, so I'm going to pass him up. Right there, that item is a compound short bow. So you see this will take you up to the final pathway, and you'd only have to outrun the dragon for one more part, but still easier just to kill it and take your time. I don't think I've ever outrun the dragon. I think I've killed it every time I've played this game. Besides, there's a group of enemies up here. I'm pretty sure the dragon doesn't reach as far as them, so you'd probably have to contend with them, and that would be a fast way to get yourself killed. Upstairs here is a crystal lizard and a couple of archers and some items, and then that door right there, we're going to come back in a little while and rescue an NPC that's down there. But I'm going to go fight the boss first, and you don't get the key to get into that door until you go through World 1-3, so it's going to be a little bit before we come back here. So I'm going to mute my mic for the boss fight. See, since I killed the Archdemon in World 2, I can get into World 1-3 now. Otherwise, this door would still be blocked off by fog. You get a lot more high-quality grass starting from 1-3. A lot of the enemies will drop late moon and full moon grass and new moon grass, so your weight can get up real fast, but you have a lot more healing. So the enemies starting from 1-3 will kick you, which can break your guard on smaller shields, but I find that on the purple flame shield and the steel shield, that really doesn't happen quite so much, so you can safely block it and not get staggered. Our goal is to get back there where that fat guy is, but we have to get around the gate. We can open up that gate later and it'll turn into a shortcut. One thing about these guys, when they break your guard with their kicks, you can get one-shotted on higher new games, so you got to be real careful about that. And here's these Imperial Royal Assassin guys. Sometimes they can stagger you with some of their moves. I think they're worth Thief's Rings too, because when they get far enough away from you, you can't see them anymore. This is just a slave shield in here, but I always go in because an Imperial Assassin drops down behind you and I don't want him causing me trouble later. And then there's the fat official, well, one of them, and he's here with some archer guys, so it does you well to bring a bow and arrow to take them out. Originally, my plan was to use the lava bow because my dexterity is only 19, but I found out that using a quality compound bow works better, does more damage, shoots further. Coming this way, that Dregling merchant's up there again if you want to buy some goods. I think he sells the Knight Sword, which is the best straight sword you can buy. You can find one in 1-4, but if you're looking for another one, it's more powerful than the long sword. So the iron key ring is what you need to open the door to save the NPC that's back there by the Tower Knight. So after I open the shortcut, I'm going to backtrack there and I'll cut the video I had so you don't have to watch me doing that. Bleeding. I mean, I don't think any of the enemies in this game cause bleeding except for the katana guy in World 4, but I mean, bleeding doesn't do nearly as much damage as it does in Dark Souls. It's more like poison in this game. It does really low damage and just decreases how much healing you get. So in pure Black World tendency, there's a primeval demon over here. But unless there's a world tendency event, I'm probably never going to see it unless I die on purpose. And then you can also jump over this railing right here. I don't know if you can do that in the original game. In the original game, this fat minister is the only one you had to kill to get his hat so you could rescue Yuria. But this is just a piece of the equipment you need that you have to rescue her with this time, because they sell their, I mean, they drop their full armor set in this game.
Soul-starved fiends are after me. In the name of
And then there's a Strava again. We have to rescue him. It's no joke either. He's got 2 red eyes knights and a regular soldier. Alright, I'm going to run back and rescue Biorr now, and then I'll cut the video back up to this point after I show him. Alright, so here's the Tower Knight's room, and I'm about to go rescue Biorr. Oh, he came up fast. Normally he's further down the hallway when I come down here. The bloody iron key is what you have to use to rescue Uria. I'll show you where, but I'm not going to do that in this playthrough.
Who goes there? Ah, you killed that blooded sluggard for me. I'm called Biorr, the elder of the twin fangs of Boletaria. I thank you. You deserve a handsome reward. Only I have none. Go on ahead. I shall sleep a while.
So by saving Biorr, he will help you with the boss in 1-3, and I find that to be very useful, both as a distraction and because Biorr does a lot of damage per swing when he hits the enemy with his great big sword. Also, I don't believe in fighting fair, so there you go. I'm going to cut the video back ahead to where I was. Alright, so here we are, and I'm going to go talk to Ostrava, who should be hiding up in an alleyway up here, and he gives you your reward for this stage.
You saved my life. This is the 3rd time. I am truly indebted to you. This is all I have. But please accept it. Now I must go. My father, the king, awaits me.
If you're using a quality build, the pure clearstone will get your weapon maxed out if you need one, so it's worth having. So these red-eye spear knights, you know, it's best to bait them one at a time by drawing them in with an arrow. A lot of times I see them swing their shield at me, so I just backstab fish and kill them that way. It's pretty effective. So Biorr is going to help me with this boss up here, and that'll take some of the heat off of me, and then I can help kill him. Although there's a chance that Biorr might die because he takes a lot of damage on the higher new game pluses. So let's go get him. It's the Pentrator. You see, Biorr does a ton of damage per hit, but he took a lot of damage too.
Fine work back there. Then again, how could a demon ever stand up to a bona fide knight? Nah, you go on ahead. I must be getting older. I need some rest.
This is another part where hyper mode comes in handy, because I gotta kill 3 black phantoms up here, and I'm gonna do it with my bow and arrow. So we got the Tower Knight, we got the Penetrator, and we got who people in the lore pages talk about as being the Phalanx, although I don't know why the bow and arrow lady's the Phalanx. But the Tower Knight with that tower shield, he's got a scraping spear too, so he'll wreck your gear if you fight with him head on. What I'm trying to do is get him to come close enough and then turn around and walk away so I can shoot him in the back if he stops walking sideways like an idiot. So that's the safest way to kill the three of them. I'm going to have to get into hyper mode again, but I got to kill some enemies first, and I don't want to risk dying, so that's why I'm healing myself up and equipping all of my regen gear. So they dropped the penetrating sword, the tower shield, and the white bow. You can also pick up the white bow in 4-2, so you don't need to get it from here. And you can get a tower shield down where you rescue Biorr. That guy normally drops a pure hardstone shard for me, so this is a good place to farm for him. One more guy up here that I need to kill, and then I'm going to get myself into hyper mode so I can shoot the dragon down. Shit, I got myself killed. I'll cut the video ahead back to where I died. Alright, let's get this guy. And now I got that archer alive so I can get myself into hyper mode. There's another fat minister on this bridge here that I'm going to arrow out because I'm going to kill the dragon once I get up to the next part so I don't have to deal with him again if I die. And I'm going to cut the video ahead again after I get up under it and start shooting at it. And that's how you kill the dragon in hyper mode. So there's a lot of legendary souls here, and there's a knight sword and a knight shield down at the bottom.
You need some help? Leave the fire breather to me. May light shine upon my lord, the Boletarian! For Boletaria! We managed, did we? That salamander was more trouble than expected. Now, you go on ahead. You know me. I need a nap. That swooping monstrosity was quite a drain on me.
Now we find a Strava, and this is the end of his path.
Oh, it's you, is it? My father is up above. Ha! Well, something like him anyway. A demon in his shape. I began this quest to ask my father his reasons. To drag him back to the path of righteousness. But it seems it was all in vain. Please, kill my father. In his depraved state, he can only bring peril to these lands. This key opens Boletaria's mausoleum. Inside the mausoleum lies Father's sword, the demon brand, twin of Soul brand. Use it to bring an end to his madness.
The mausoleum is where the Red Eyes Knight was in 1-1. And you'll find Old King Doran in there too. Astrava's Black Phantom drops the rune sword and the rune shield. If you're a magic build, it might be useful, but I don't think I've ever used them. Up this elevator is Old King Allant, and I believe he's supposed to be the real final boss of the game, but he's the last boss of World 1, so that's why we're doing him in the first video.
How did you defeat my demonic reflection? How many souls might you have devoured, I wonder? The rest is up to the Old One. If it is to be, then you shall be beckoned.
Alright, so that's the end of World 1, and you can tell it's really long. It's got 4 stages instead of 3 like all of the other worlds in the game. Allant's pretty strong against magic, so my weapon wasn't doing tons of damage against him, but it worked out. You really just have to bait him into doing his charging swing and then do an R2 attack with the straight sword. And also, I mean, you got to be careful about getting too close to him, so keep mid-distance and keep your shield up and roll through his attacks and strike back when you can. I guess that'll do for today. This is the second world I've done, so World 2 is next, and that was actually the first one that I went through, so I'll catch everybody next time. Thanks for watching.